What's that? Y'all ready for page 4? Want to hear it? Here it go. Now, usually I have whoever reads it, they sign the back. So I have people who've read each page. Some pages are more than one page, but that's the order they go in so that you will understand it. But I got my peoples on deck, and so I'm ready to give you page 4. Want to hear it? Here it go. Let's see. Okay. The 3 main documents referenced regarding human rights in America's not-so-United States are the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights. All 3 of which are total hogwash drawn up by the men who are not my founding fathers and therefore shall have no say or authority over any of my family bloodline, since they impose false authority that is self-assigned by them over all others, as if they shoved, bullied, and force-fed it to our ancestors, who were their intended marks, victims, hosts, sheep, as long as it has been allowed, since you only deserve what you allow, and you got to teach people how to treat you. Why is it a Bill of Rights anyway? If your rights are your rights and they're inalienable and self-evident, why is it a bill? And if a bill is only a bill and it's sitting there on Capitol Hill, that means it's not a law. What is the shenanigans? All we're not created equal. And if what is self-evident is not for someone else to determine for you, that's what self-evident is all about. Hogwash. Come on, dude. We're not. Okay. However, every illusion, even that of such cleverly crafted politics, law, religion, media, and entertainment, starts with a lie. This includes the illusion of an Uncle Sam, Wizard of Oz, that isn't ours either, none of which resemble any part of my cultural heritage that they are still attempting to strip of us to this day, as if the prior and previous stolen legacies were not enough. Of course not. And this is because a poacher's bag is never full. You see, the greedy glutton is only looking for the next plate to devour. And only the good feel guilt. So yeah, there's that. From what I have researched, for at least 2017 years, there have been 3 major tools used for mass manipulation and perception management purposes, which include but are not limited to, these are not mutually exclusive, politics, law, religion, serve as deception, distraction, division, and destruction. Any one of these 3 subjects can be potentially provocative and volatile if discussed in a social setting, due to the passionate nature of the biology of belief and how we live what we learn. They serve to divide. Why? Since nothing applies to everything or everyone, let me be fair in mentioning that all 3 tools can certainly be utilized for good and honorable services by specific and unsuspecting participants having pure and good intentions. But let me also be very clear that the believers also play a very important role in convincing those they have influence over that their way is the way, the best way. For example, if your parents are Baptist, you may have been raised attending a Baptist church, hence becoming familiar with Baptist rituals. Same goes for political interests. Most I know may be Democrats, which is really only a default party for Republicans to play against. Yet each party eats off the public sheep, period. The Pledge of Allegiance clearly says to the republic for which it stands. So yeah, there's that. This is only one way they serve to divide. 2 wolves and 1 sheep deciding on what's for dinner. What's for dinner? You sheep? No. What's the discussion? You vote and thinking, okay. Oh, my battery. They have also been used for deception purposes to confuse and also to create distractions from your very own thoughts, feelings, goals, passions, etc. Because if you're busy doing what they want you to do, you ain't going to have time to do what you want to do. That's it, and that's all. How many hours you get in a day? The destructive purposes are so ill that they require both early and ongoing belief indoctrination of what I call a middleman mentality. In order to implement their various forms of sympathy pimping on the good-hearted believers who are trusting that they are taught who are trusting what they're taught, because the trustworthy tend to be more trusting by nature, since their thinking and intentions are not malicious. The predator knows this, and that is how they get over. They sneak and hide in their greedy, jealousy-riddled misery, while they conspire together, creating more shady shenanigans designed only to continue killing, stealing, raping, and destroying our families. If these are not acts of unprovoked war, and we are not currently prisoners of this war, then what is it? And what are we then? Designated marks, scavengers, and victims? I think not. Who draws the line between thinking and knowing? Yeah, they may all seem like good ideas and concepts on the surface level, but the battle for funding, competitions between fundamental belief systems is big business. Just look at the Vatican, who owns a majority of the world's real estate. The Vatican, the U.S., and Russia are the three playing chess here. They own most of the world's real estate, and I still have no idea why. Monopoly. Meanwhile, there are churches aplenty collecting tax-free profits, but never-ending hunger and homelessness continues. Hunger and homelessness continue to both exist and be used to collect money. Hence the term pulpitpimpin. What's all this for? What happened to devour poverty? It doesn't exist and all. Okay, Creflo. This is one of many various reasons why so many before us have lost their lives in efforts to tell the truth about our greatness. They know it would not be possible for them to get over on us if we knew the truth. This is where the term fucking up the church's money comes from, and why the men who killed Malcolm X made sure their voices were heard saying, "Get your hands out my pocket." Whose pockets do you think the messengers were referring to in order to send a clear threat to anyone else feeling courageous? Look up buck breaking to see how our strong men were and are psychologically broken down, and you will see that it has never ended. The tactics have only evolved. The only difference between then and now is that the world is now a witness to the shameful way my people are still being treated to this day. I am here to push back and protect my tribe, one mind at a time, until my last breath is taken.